Today I'm going to do a TED Talk on why some people don't practice at all and get good grades, while others practice so hard but get the same grades as the people who don't practice, and which side is better. Now, you probably know some people in your class that make you feel stupid. They skim the notes the night before the test while you've been studying for this test for a week now, but they still manage to score higher than you. What do? You put a smile on your face and tell them good job, you're proud of them, but inside you're actually whining and complaining about how it's not fair. Well, sucks to suck. They probably have natural intelligence and genetics on their side, while you just have the ability to work hard. Now, you might think that you're at a disadvantage, but in the long run, that's not the case. Lewis Terman, a young professor of psychology at Stanford University, put together a group of 1,470 students whose IQ ranged from 140 to 200. Keep in mind, Einstein had an IQ of approximately 160. This group's name was the Termites. A person's IQ is directly related to their intelligence. When these students reached adulthood, Terman came back to check on these individuals whether they became highly successful or not. You might think that these students became really rich and successful because of their high IQ, but when Terman checked on them, he was disappointed. Some of them had a decent job that earned a good salary, but not that good. None of them won a Nobel Prize. Terman even considered some of them failures. Intelligence does not always get an individual far. Some people are just born with natural intelligence, which also leads them to having an excellent ability to grasp information in class. They just take notes and listen carefully in class, and they're set for the test. They slack off on homework assignments, skipping some, doing half of one, but when the test comes, A+. Another possibility could be genetics. Just like how the athlete trait runs in the family, for example, only 0.2% of high school football players make it to the NFL roster. But when Archie Manning played as quarterback with the Saints for 3 years, his sons Eli Manning, who currently plays for the Giants, and Peyton Manning, who missed the first snap of the latest Super Bowl, made it to the NFL. 3 out of 4 males in their households made it to the NFL. That's got to be genetics. Just like that, the intelligent trait could also trickle down. To some people, math, physics, chemistry could come very easily to them because they have an excellent ability to recognize patterns and correlations and grasp concepts very well, so they don't really have to study. While history, English, foreign languages could be a struggle because they don't have good memory. It could also be the other way around. Some individuals could have an excellent memory but can't recognize patterns as well as others. About a couple of days ago, the ACT results came out. You might have studied a significant amount for this test, and you got a 30 and you're happy with your score. Your friend, on the other hand, walks in and walks out with a 32 without studying and is disappointed with himself. This is another example of how some people are just good with recognizing patterns well enough to get them far on the ACT. An individual's educational foundation can be another huge factor for their intelligence. Let's compare two toddlers from two different households. Both toddlers A and B have loving parents, but toddler A's parents start teaching him the alphabet and reading to him very early on. But toddler B's parents are buying him everything he points to and doesn't think it's necessary to think about education this early on. As both the kids go to kindergarten, child A's parents have already started teaching him basic math and how to read, where child B has just started to learn the alphabet and now will fall behind child A. Now that child A has a head start, it will be easier for him in school, but child B will have to practice to catch up. Don't get me wrong, practice can get you anywhere. I'm not saying if you have to practice to get good grades, you're dumb. I'm just trying to make it clear that practice time depends on intelligence, and intelligence depends on genetics, foundation, and how your brain works, none of which you can control. The people who don't need to practice right now, they eventually will have to start practicing when the classes get harder. Maybe that will be next year or in college. The ultimate solution to getting good grades is practice. Practice makes perfect. So those of you who work hard to get good grades, you're already on the right path to success. And those of you who don't need practice to get good grades, well, lucky you.